back to Country Homestead. In this video, we're finishing up the board and batten siding on the back of our new addition we're building. All this wood that we cut on our Woodland 122 sawmill. And on this part, we actually finished. I'm just showing a part. You see the bottom of them battens are a 30-degree angle. I got that from another guy. He's a YouTube channel called The Bearded Carpenter. If you ain't watched it yet, you need to go watch it. He is very knowledgeable on everything. I mean, he's just a real good master carpenter. He builds log cabins, and he showed us that on his last video that his father used to do that. And so I started doing it. And here you'll see that we start putting the ribbon boards up on top, you know, where our battens are going to join up to it. It kind of cleans everything up, trims it out, makes it looks a little better. You can see here on that top board, I let it run off over the edge of the wall there. When I put my end ribbon up on top, I just take my jigsaw and I trim it to the size we need it. You can see here, I always heard measure twice and cut once. Well, I figure twice is good, three's better. I don't want to make no mistake. I was ready to get it done. I'm glad to have that all trimmed out and finished. So now we can start working back on our sawmill shed, getting it expanded bigger the way we want it. Now that right there is completely dried in, so we ain't got to worry about water getting in it. You can see here as I'm cutting the boards, I'm cutting just the exact same width as the boards. Some of them don't fall off because I don't want to cut that house wrap that's behind it. So you can see there, just barely touch it and it falls right off. You know, that way you don't get all that stuff up in your skill saw. Here you'll see that I'm using 3-inch screws and I'm screwing right in the middle of them batten boards that goes in between the boards that's on the wall. I'm screwing them directly into the floor joist header on the bottom, and then in the middle there's some fire blocks that I put in between the studs that goes across, and so I put a screw into there, and then at the top I'm screwing into the double top plate. So I think it'll be fine. I don't think it's gonna move any, and this wood's pretty dry anyway. I checked the moisture level and it's at, I think, usually about 9 to 11%. So I don't think it's going to go nowhere. I think it'll be fine. Measuring each spot where the boards go, and I'm calling out the numbers, and my wife's writing them down on a board. So, we can go in there and cut them all the length. So they'll all be the right size. And like I said, at the bottom of the board, there's a 30-degree angle that slopes from the outside back towards. And if you're looking on here and you see some of my battens are closer together than the other ones, and that's because they are. When I'm cutting on my sawmill, I get as wide as board as I can get. But I tell you, if it's a 9-inch board, if I make a 9-inch cant, I'm going to cut a bunch of 9-inch boards, and then if it's 12 inches, they're 12 inches. I don't throw them away. I'm going to use them. I mean, that's why you see some that's closer together than the others, and that's just because that's what I got. And I'm not going to let good boards go to waste, and I'm not trying to make it look, cookie cutter uniform, just like everybody else's house. I mean, this is custom built, this just from us, so I mean, the way I look at it, if somebody don't like the way it looks, then they ain't got to look at it, as long as it gets the job done, that's all we're worried about. And if you notice, I do use my hammer on them top ones. Some of them boards get pretty hard to screw through. And when you're up on top of that ladder that high, balancing and trying to push in on your drill, you just really don't have a good leverage. So I take my hammer and kind of tap it, and get it started. It'll go in, and then you just take your drill and screw them on in. I'm not nailing them in. I'm just starting them so they hold them in there, so I ain't got to try to do all of it at one time. You see here, my wife just gave me my caulking gun. Once I got them boards on around my window and got it trimmed out, what I do, I take that top one back off where the water is going to hit, and I put the caulk in behind it and get it sealed up pretty good, get the board back on it. Then I caulk around it from the outside of the window to the board, and then on top of the board also, and then down the sides. And of course on the inside we got some of that spray foam I'm going to put in there, and then any of the little cracks, so it's seal up. And of course when you insulate it and you do all your inner walls, I don't think we're having no problem. All these windows are they're reused. Those windows I took out of the house. I knew where like that one right there actually was above our sink. I got a big set of windows, they're like 6 foot wide and 5 foot tall. We're gonna end up putting in that wall because we're moving the sink, and we're gonna put a big set of windows there. So we use that window. That's going to be over the bathtub right there. And then on the other side, you seen there was a little narrow window. That's where the toilet's going to be, a room by itself. And then down on the end towards my left, there's another small window. And that was actually the house that my sister used to own that we bought. And we tore the house down. That was a good window, so we took it out of it. And I've had it in my barn for probably 6 years. It's a good double pane window. I figured, hey, we ain't gonna let nothing go to waste. We're doing it on cheap, when you can get stuff gave to you or saved, and we reuse all the time. I had to get a video of my wife. She's in there using that new saw there, and that new Hercules saw with that stand, man, it makes it easy. It does. I'm real impressed with that Hercules brand saw. It has plenty of power. It's just a good saw, and the stand just makes it so easy for for one person to use. You can put the boards up there, and you ain't got to worry about having somebody hold them and all that. It's a good saw, good setup. My wife, she's in there cutting boards, with them numbers that we measured all of them. So, and I showed her how to tell what side is out on them boards, because they will cup on you, as they dry. So we always put the bark on the inside, and so she's in there cutting them for me. She'll bring them out and lay them out, and we're just trying to get this done. This is in the evenings after I got off work. My brother-in-law helped me on that first part of the day, the first part of this build on a Sunday, and then I think this was a Monday, I believe. And you'll see here in a minute, we end up changing clothes because it'll be on a Tuesday. So it took us a couple of days to get it finished after I got off work in the evenings, but we got her done. That's all that matters. And that Tuesday. On a Tuesday, my wife had surgery, so she had surgery on her wrist. So that's why she was out there trying to help me. We've been trying to get it done before her surgery. So now I can been trying to take care of her and trying to get her to not overdo it. It's hard to tell her to, hey, sit down for a little bit, let us take care of it. She's just real bad about just wanting to do everything. So, she's always a big help. Yeah, that was a Monday because the Tuesday she had surgery, and then the following Wednesday was her birthday. And so, she had a busy week, you can kind of see how we trimmed out our windows there, and that caulking up there on the top, you seen it was white, and that is paintable caulking because we are going to end up painting this. We're going to let it weather for a little bit, and then you know, we're gonna wrap the whole house in this. You know, we're not just doing the new addition. We're gonna re-siding the whole house all the way around it, and we're gonna end up painting all of it. We just gotta take it one day at a time. But so far, we're happy with the outcome of everything we're doing. It just takes time, you know. We just poor old country folk trying to make it. But if you made it to the end of the video here, we appreciate you. You know, appreciate you taking your time to watch our videos. And you know, we're trying to save up some money. We're going to try to buy us a new camera. I'm wanting to buy us a, you know, like a GoPro, so we can get some better videos and maybe some up close shots. You know, this old camera we got here, it's seen better days, but we're going to try to do a little better on our video quality. But if you made it here to the end, we appreciate it. And if you liked it, we'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe. If you ain't subscribed, we'd appreciate it. Also, check out some of the other videos. We got plenty of them. And we went and picked them 2 trucks up. If y'all seen that, we're going to start working on them here this first chance we get. I'm putting the motor in my daughter's truck. I'm waiting on the machine shop right now. As soon as we get it, I'm going to put the motor in it and finish it up, and then we're going to start on the other diesels, you know, and get them built. So there'll be videos on it. But then again, we holler at y'all a little later. We hope y'all have a good night. You can see there where we started putting the board and batten down the part of the house, you know, part of that old mobile home. And we got it all tied in real good. I do have a video coming out on that door right there. That was our front door. It's open. You can't really see it, but that was our front door that we took off, and we put that new door on the front that we got from a friend. And we didn't have a door frame, and we ended up building a door frame. So I do have a video coming out on it. I just gotta finish it up, put the threshold on the ground, on the floor, and then put the weather stripping on, and then we'll be finished with the door back there.